Today, let's talk about success. One of the things that has really been laying heavy on me here lately, especially since we started all of this YouTube stuff, is success. Of course, I think we all strive for success. I think that's something that's just ingrained in us. So, you know, if you're one of these ones that tell me, hey, I don't really care one way or the other, I really don't believe you, because I'm pretty not giving a crap about anything kind of guy myself. And I want to be successful in everything that I do, you know, not just lifting, or not just my money or the businesses that we run, or not just successful in my service to God, or whatever it is that we're talking about. I want to be a successful person. So there's some things there that we've got to unpack. We've got to learn how to do. We've got to learn how to train ourselves to be successful. So we got to ask ourselves a lot of hard questions. So today, this video is probably more for me than it is for anyone else. I want to unpack some things, and I want to talk about how I'm going to be successful. We're pushing on this YouTube thing, and so it's really gotten me thinking. YouTube videos, all of this high-tech stuff, it's kind of brought me to a place that I've never been before. I'm kind of uncomfortable. Not uncomfortable talking, obviously. I'm not uncomfortable with business. We run 5 of them. What I'm uncomfortable with is reaching out into some place that I'm not familiar with. And this is just not a place that I'm familiar with. This is a place that I was always comfortable with letting Kyle Hennington, if y'all know him, he's our Naked and Afraid buddy. But he was my right hand for years, and he was so valuable to us. We miss the fact that he's moved off now and he's got so much other stuff going. But I could just point and shoot him and he'd take care of it. And, you know, he's intelligent enough that it didn't matter if he was familiar with it or not. He'd figure out how to do it. And so now I'm in that spot to where I've just got to figure out how to do it. And so I've given a lot of thought to this. How am I going to be successful at this? What's it going to take? And I've kind of come to the determination that it's going to take the same thing as every other thing that we've ever done that we were successful at is going to take. It's going to take a decision, first of all. We've got to slow down and we've got to make a decision that I wish for that to be successful. I wish for this YouTube channel to do something special. Now, I don't expect to have 1 million followers and make a crap ton of money. That's not even why we're doing this. We're doing this because it's a natural extension of what we're already doing. I'm doing this because, well, we've been prodded for years to do it, and I just haven't done it. And so, how am I going to be successful at this? Well, we're going to put our head down. I started thinking this last week, you know, I would kind of sporadically begin to put a few things on YouTube and begin to work with some of that stuff. And I thought to myself, Dave, you're kind of being a wuss here. You're kind of being lazy. How did you reach your all-time world record? Well, we made a decision. Me and Justin Rogers, we sat down about 3 years before the world record and we talked. And after the injury, we were coming back, or I was coming back, and we began to squat. We were seeing the numbers go up, and I just, out of curiosity, one day I looked at the records and saw what the SBF records were, and we were like, oh yeah, we can do that. Then we started looking at all-time stuff that had never been done, never even been attempted at the time. And Justin really encouraged me. He said, you know, he said, I think if we'll take 2 or 3 years here and go slow and keep you protected, that we can reach out here and do this. And I got to thinking about it, prayed about it a little bit, and he was right. And so we dedicated ourselves, not to big jumps, not to driving like every day was the last battle, but we dedicated ourselves to a long haul. And we ended up being very successful at that. Not just because of my dedication, but because of his dedication and the rest of the Invictus powerlifting team at the time. They were all dedicated to me and to that goal, which if you've never been involved with a team that came in behind you and pushed on you like that, it's an incredible experience. It's really wonderful. We had a ball, but it pushed me in ways that I wasn't even aware that I could be pushed. Really taught me a lot. And that's kind of the position that I'm at now. We've talked to a lot of our athletes, the people that have bought our monoliths and bench presses, and people that we've just really come to just adore. We just love these people. And so as we begin to put these shorts up, these aren't just random people, by the way. These are people that we really care about. Some of them we've watched since the beginning of their career. Some of them we jumped on and met halfway through. But they're a part of the Invictus Army family. And so we're really enjoying showcasing them and putting them forward. And what we're doing, or what we have done, we've just made the decision to do it. We've just made a decision to move forward. And it doesn't have to be a fast process, but we have to move forward. And it doesn't have to be successful in your eyes. It has to be successful in our eyes. And for that to happen, we simply have to move forward. And I started thinking about all this, and it's all the same. It's just like the all-time world record. It's just like any successful business that I've ever tried to do. And I think it's a pattern that even you can use in your own life. And that's what I want to reinforce today in me, and I want to reinforce that in you. If there's something in your life that you want to be successful at, then be successful at it. Put it at the forefront and let it roll. I can tell you in my life, the Lord comes first, my family comes second, and then it's open to debate. And what we're pushing forward right now is this YouTube thing. And so I think that's the first thing in your life that you have to do too. You have to make a decision. You have to put the things in order that you want to be successful at. And now we have to put our heads down and be successful. And I don't know what that entails, especially with YouTube. I know that that's going to take a lot of work, and it's going to take a lot of failure. So if failure is something that you have an issue with, that's a problem. Boys and girls, that's a problem. Because all successful lifters, all of them, fail. All successful business owners fail. I consider myself to be a successful father and a successful husband. And I have failed so many times that I certainly don't want to start talking about those. I can tell you that for sure. But the whole point of that is the fact that we fail and we don't quit. Well, we can't do it like that, so we move forward in another way. And that's really what I want to get across today. You have to make a decision that, hey, I'm going to be successful in this, lifting, getting ready for my retirement. I'm going to have a successful marriage. I'm going to raise successful children. Whatever that case is, whatever we're talking about here, I think it's all the same. I'm going to be successful. And then I'm going to put it in the proper place. And no matter what happens now, I'm going to push on it until it's successful. Failures are not going to stump my toe. Nothing's going to stop me here. We're just going to move forward. And I think in life, everything is just like that. That's really what we're talking about. So if you're talking about lifting today, it's time to get yourself prepared. I'm going to make a decision to move forward. I'm going to go after that record. I'm going to go after that number. Whatever. I'm moving forward. Doesn't matter if I failed at this meet or that meet or this lift or that lift. I'm going to figure out the problems and I'm going to move forward. I'm going to look at myself honestly. I'm going to take the parts of me that suck and I'm going to rearrange them. I'm going to change them until they don't suck anymore, or at least where they don't suck as much. And I'm going to move forward. I'm going to take the parts of me that are just wrong and I'm going to eliminate them. I'm going to see the mistakes in my life. I'm going to see these problems and I'm going to eliminate them so that I can move forward. And at the end of the day, I'm going to have moved forward so many times, so many little bitty times, that all of a sudden I've reached my goal. And I've learned something about myself. I've changed the way that I look at life. And now the other things in my life begin to move forward as well. I don't know if this helped you, but it helped me. And maybe that's more important. Maybe I have to move forward before I can help anybody else move forward too. Either which way, guys, we love you guys so much. We're so appreciative to the help that everybody gives. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was helpful. We will see you guys on the flip side.